Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. Today I have a treat pouch, but it's a version of my original Easy Stick treat pouch, and this was one of the very first videos I filmed. And this had literally one piece of adhesive to close it, which was down the side, and you tied it up and you kind of made that sort of semi-permanent, but it was open at the bottom to fill things. And I wanted to make a bigger version of it, but I'd still keep it with one piece of A4 cardstock. So I adapted the version, I took inspiration from this one and just made it not simpler, but with less wastage, because this, when you opened it out, it had bits that you cut off and bits that you discarded and what have you, and this literally uses one full sheet of A4 cardstock, which for you guys out in America and who have different measurements, this is 11 3/4 by 8.25, so you would be using 12 by 12 to make this, but you know, it's adaptable. So that was the original, but I'll put that to one side, and this is the one I've come up with. So it's slightly thinner and it's much taller, and it's got, remarkably, in here a massive bag of Skittles, and this is the biggest that we can get here in the UK. This is 245 grams. That is a pretty hefty bag, and it hides nicely in there. You could put loads of things in there, and actually I've decorated it specifically in this paper because I kind of had visions of the fact that, you know, it's August now here, and my children are on school holidays, and although I'm not getting on a plane with them, and I don't know anybody who would be mad enough to get on an aeroplane with 4 children aged between 2 and 10, that's not me. You know, when you're going on long car journeys, or if you are going on holiday, you want to give them something to keep them going. I probably wouldn't put them on an aeroplane with a bag of Skittles. That might send the rest of the passengers a bit, you know, they wouldn't be best impressed. But you know, you could hide all sorts in here, you know, sweets, and well, no, not sweets, pencils, crayons, things to do, stuff like that. And for children, it is as much about opening the bag. So I've chosen this paper. This is I Am Me. You know, it's got the luggage bags, the trunks, the suitcases, the aeroplanes and stuff. But obviously, like all of the projects I do, you change it to how you want it. So I'm going to do a version of that, different colour as always. So like I said before, this is a full sheet of A4, so it's 11.75 by 8 1/4, and the scoring is fairly simple. I'll do the short side first. So you literally score it at 1 inch, turn it round. Oh no, you don't score it. You do score it. You score it at just 1 inch. I've lost the plot. This is because I've still got this cold. So you just score it at 1 inch. Forgive me. Bring it back so you've got the long side at the top. Score it at 1 inch all the way down. 5 1/2 inches all the way down. 6 1/2 all the way down, and then at 11. So you've got this little section here that's 3/4 of an inch. And now I want to do these sort of half score lines here, so that with our scoring tool, you've got the measurements all the way down the side. So just at 5 inches, just stick your finger there, just as a guide, and then at 1/2 inch, score it down and stop. And then the same over here, so between these score lines, at the 6 inch mark, score it down and stop. Right, I'm going to have to bring in my crib sheet here for the metrics. So for the metrics amongst us, 297 by 210. Score it this way at 2 1/2 centimetres. Bring it back, score all the way down at 20. Did I say 25 centimetres? 25 millimetres. So 2 1/2 centimetres. 14 centimetres all the way down. 16 1/2 all the way down. 28 all the way down. And then at this shorter section, you would score it at 1.2 centimetres, down a little bit, and 15.2. Don't panic, I'm going to put all of this on my blog anyway, and I'm going to put the details below that will take you directly to the project. But just, you know, for those who might be following along. Right, so that's that done. Let me move the scoring to, actually no, I need that. Oops, just wallop the tripod as well, because I want to do this little section here at the top, this little fold over bit. This is a piece of cardstock that measures 4 centimetres by, 4 inches by 4 1/2 inches. Shall I stop now? No, I'll carry on. And that measures 10.2 by 11.5 centimetres. So with the 4-inch mark across the top, basically you just score it in half at the 2 centimetre mark. So with your 102 centimetre, your 10.2 centimetre mark, you'd score it at 5.1. Right, now I can get rid of the scoring tool. Move that right out of the way. So this is quite simple. This is just a little bit of snipping here. I've lost my scissors, there they are. So with this little short side, hopefully you can see that in the light, with this half score line to the left, we're going to take the bottom corner and get rid of that completely. So just chop that away. I've just cut my finger. Hopefully we won't have blood. And then these sections, just cut up, nick a little bit out, just to make it easier when you're folding. And then the same over here. So that's that done. Fold up the score line. So you fold your shorter ones first and just burnish them. So fold those up, and then these, ignore these half ones for the minute. So fold the full ones. And that's all the neighbourhood dogs have just suddenly started barking. I don't know if you can hear that, it's quite loud to me here. There we go. And then these half ones, you're folding them. So we folded this round, you're folding those in. So it's technicalities, I think it's mountains and valley folds. So if you just fold those with your fingers, you don't need to burnish or anything. And that one as well. And then this is going to use a whole 2 pieces of sticky strip. That's all you need. So along this line, and actually right along the crease, get your sticky strip. I'll fold this where I can see it. Those Skittles are awfully tempting. They're just in my eye line. But I won't. I will be good. So 1 piece there. Peel that off. Don't want to peel off today. And then, because your measurements are absolutely exact, you literally just fold and press. There's, you know, you don't need to hang it up in the air or anything like that. So that's perfect. So that's there. And then down here, we now know that that is the back. So you just want a bit of sticky strip across there. I'm just going to eyeball that now. And again, closest to the crease line. And again, peel that off. And then just fold everything round on it. So fold the sides in, that bit down, and then because I've got a tiny bit overstuck there, because we've only put the adhesive at this point here, I can sort of just move this around until it's perfectly lined up. And there we go. So that's that section. What I want to do now is decorate up the front. So I've got my designer series paper, which measures 5 by 4, or the other way around, 5 by 4, which is 102 by 127. So that's going to stick on the front. This is the same I Am Me paper that I used before, just a different one. Bit of snail on there. And then just line it up. And then the section at the top, this is where we scored before. I'm just going to bring in my scallop edge punch. And the easiest way to do this, to get your sides even, is to start in the middle and make sure that your little scallopy edge guides, you know, you're even. Press down, and then as you slide it along, you line up your cut pieces with the image that you've got there. So I'll just line that up. And then I missed a bit. Line that up a bit more. There we go. And then the same on the other side, although obviously now we've cut off a section, you kind of have to hover it a little bit. But so long as your scallops are all lined up, you're fine. So that's that. The other bit of designer series paper, I'm going to flip it round and have this across the top. this measures 4.5 inches by 1.5, which is 115 centimetres by 115 millimetres by 3.7. It's because I've written these down on my crib sheet and I've written them down as millimetres. So I'm getting myself all confused. So you just line that up and pop that over. Right, we're going to stick this on the back. We're going to use some Tombow to stick this on the back. And all you do is you literally hold it in place and then just literally, you know, hold it over, you know, get a couple of little, oh, what are they called? Binder clips. My brain's gone. It's gone. It's completely left me. Binder clips to hold it. I'm just going to give it a minute or two, a second or two. And then we need to punch the holes in now, and depending on what kind of hole punch you use is to where you eyeball it in. I'm going to use, this is just an ordinary hole punch you would just buy at a stationer's. So come across, I'm sort of kind of going in the middle. So I'm doing the flap over first. I'm going to follow these lines, these grid lines here. Fold it over, pen or a pencil, just mark your circles. And then you can come back in with your hole punch and punch those ones through. So those are the holes. They're all perfectly lined up. I've got the real red ribbon, because this is real red. And then you go through the top, through the front, round the back, and back through the front. Grab your bag of Skittles, and like I say, it definitely goes in there. Amazing. And then push your sides in, fold it over, and then you can pull all of this through. And if you've got a bit more time than me, you can make sure, you know, you're not going to use too much ribbon and waste it or anything like that. I'm just going to go quite quickly for video purposes. Snip that off. And then I'm going to pop a little sentiment because, you know, it's fun. I've got Yippee Skippy. It's one of the new sets. I thought it was quite fun, and I kind of thought, you know, children going on a holiday, that's all they're going to be saying is they're going to be screaming yippee because they're going away. So I've got Pool Party, which is the blue that's in the background here. Got my stamp all prepped up. Just stamp that down there, and then I've got the decorative label punch because it fits absolutely perfectly. If I can get away with stamping and punching and not having to fussy cut round, I'm a happy girl. Punch that one out, and then I've got the basic grey, which is the grey that's in the background, the large oval punch, some dimensionals to pop it all up. We'll stick one in the middle because I'm looking at the timer at 13 minutes. That on the back there, see if I can get this lined up accurately. That on the back there. And we'll pop that down at the bottom today. And those are two pretty good sized treat boxes. You know, like I say, you could put pencils in there, you could put a little colouring book, you could give that to a child on an aeroplane and they are going to be happy. And I've seen that Pinterest where you run around and you give the gifts to all of the other passengers because you've got a tiny baby. But, you know, this is fun for your children. Or, like I say, you could put all sorts in there. You could put lotions, you could put hand creams, you could put gifts, you could put all sorts. So, anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you like it. I hope you like my adaptation of my original Easy Stick treat pouch. And if you want to know how to get hold of anything, do let me know, because obviously being a Stampin' Up demonstrator, that's what I do. I order supplies for people. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to hear from you soon. Bye.